of that view from the courthouse.
System, and we can bring up this source behind JP. Actually have our camera in Carrollton, which is aimed off towards the west direction. So you can see this is right there along Highway 86. We're very close to the Carrollton Courthouse. You know the face in the window. So if you can kind of reference where that's located, and the tornado would be passing just to the right of the screen here to the north and east direction. We talked about McShann, Ethelsville. If you're in Reform right now, or you were planning on leaving, maybe traveling towards Columbus, Mississippi, you want to hold off on that drive right now, because this thing is about to cross Highway 82. Palmetto, you're in the path of this, and down the road we're talking about places like Bankston, Millport, and Kennedy along Highway 96 in southern Lamar County. You're in the path of this. JP, this is the first time we've seen this debris detection showing up here on the Viper system, and we've seen this consistency, and we never like to see that. We talked about this earlier. This is a type of storm that can have a long track, and one thing, you know, we show these future casts. We've been showing these projected tracks, but a storm like this could have a right turn to it. We need to watch out for that.
Yeah, we were talking earlier that today's one of those days where you may not have a huge tornado threat, but you get one or two storms that are what we call the storms of the day, and this definitely is one of them. What Wes is talking about is these gray circles that are rotating. There's been a lot of research done on this, and I just want to add to the credibility of what we're seeing here. A lot of research done when these debris signatures have popped up in the past in a research environment. Pretty much always there was confirmation of damage. So when we see something like that, that gives us a lot more credibility in terms of saying there is a storm there, and that storm is likely producing a tornado. So it's one thing to hear about a tornado warning. It's another thing when we can say there's a tornado warning, and this particular tornado is likely reaching the ground and doing damage. So we want you to get in your safe place. Look at that inflow there, and we're getting a little bit of a knob there on this particular radar image. So right in here, this is where it's drawing the debris is likely where that tornado is. That reflectivity is really doing a good job of matching up. Ethelsville right now, brace for a possible tornado. We want to make sure you are safe, because you are likely to get some high winds. At the very least, if you didn't have a tornado, I think you'd probably have winds 60 or 70 miles per hour. You've seen the pictures. Brett has shown us the pictures of the debris, the trees down on the various roads out there, and he is trying his best to get in position to give us some video there of that possible tornado. The storm itself, the whole thing is moving to the northeast at about 40 miles per hour. So I'm just going to kind of break this down. Ethelsville here within just a few minutes by around 1:45 to 2 o'clock. This is going to be, I would say 2 p.m. This is going to be around Fayette within maybe 1:45, Millport and Kennedy. So that's what we're dealing with right here. It's a slow mover, it appears. Highway 82, if you live from Reform all the way to the Alabama-Mississippi state line, you need to go ahead and take your tornado precautions. Likely a tornado on the ground moving toward Ethelsville in Pickens County. Weather Service has this warning in effect until 1:30 this afternoon. There's Highway 75 right there. We spent a good bit of time on Pickens County. If you're watching us, you may be wondering, what about the rest of the FOX-6 viewing area? What's going to happen? I'm seeing schools delayed, schools closed. When are those storms going to move, for example, into the Birmingham area? Our best forecast models right now indicating that likely to happen between about 4:30 and 5:30 this evening, right there along the I-65 corridor, and more towards 6 or 7 o'clock toward Pell City, Anniston, and Gadsden. So looking into the future for everybody else that's watching us right now who is not getting severe weather, this is when you're likely to see that severe weather. Unfortunately, right around drive time when people are in their cars trying to get from point A to point B. So we're going to be looking at some of the busiest traffic times with the potential for the highest winds. We may see winds associated with these storms in excess of 60 miles per hour. There's not a huge tornado threat, but if we get a few out there, like the one we've got right now in Pickens County, that's going to be enough to do some damage. So we can see that general motion. What Wes just highlighted is where we think that supercell thunderstorm is going to be as we get toward 5:30, up around the Coleman area. So that's what we're thinking at this point in time. And you can see right there near I-65, and that's going to be around Smith Lake in Hanceville. Right now, it's back here around Ethelsville, tracking due northeast, probably just to the north of the Jasper area, up around Smith Lake to the south of Double Springs as we get through the rest of the afternoon. And Wes is also outlining that line of storms that we're expected to move through. In a few moments, we'll go ahead and we'll pull up Tower Cam. We have our Carrollton camera kind of aimed at this. Tower Cam here in Birmingham still showing a good bit of cloud cover and overcast skies across the city. That's helped us out to a certain degree. The last thing in the world we want to see right now is a lot of sunshine out there, because that would really add to the instability and we could end up with an explosive type situation. This is by no means a tornado outbreak, but this is a severe weather day. So we've kind of set the stage for everybody. I want to come back. I want to go back to the Pickens County storm, because we have not forgotten about you. We want to kind of keep everybody included in this, because at some time or another during the day, you're going to be affected by severe weather. Right there, still getting that debris signature, over 60 or 58 mile per hour winds, and this is going to be now almost on Ethelsville. If we can get in a few minutes a telephone call from Brett, that is going to be outstanding.
We'll get that shortly.
Okay, we're working on that shortly. He's probably going to be getting in a pretty decent position here before too long. He is near Macedonia right now. Lance Croft, our operations manager, helping us out with some of the behind-the-scenes coordination of this severe weather. What we're showing you right now, Wes has the system in what we call future radar, and this is a predictive tool. Look at this. Millport by around 1:30. So it's 1:07 right now. Likely to see severe storms in Millport and Kennedy by 1:30. So start thinking about your severe weather precautions there, and then this is going to move up toward Fayette by around 2 p.m. So that's what we're going to be dealing with. Millport and Kennedy, you need to make sure you are getting to your safe places. That warning has not been extended yet for Lamar County, but the way this is heading, there's State Highway 17, the way this is heading, looks like that's likely to happen as we get into the afternoon. When you get these supercell thunderstorms, they hold together, they stay together for a long, long time. Those are the kind of thunderstorms that eventually end up tracking across the entire state. So pretty serious business right there. Look at the reflectivity on this. See those deep purples and reds? That means we've got a lot of energy being returned back to the radar, likely to have some hail with that. Little area here I'm watching, and also right here. So a couple of places right there within this thunderstorm that is getting my attention. There's Highway 82, and again, those are the rotating cylinders showing that debris. We have been seeing that off and on for about an hour now. Possibility of debris with these thunderstorms, indicating that we may have a tornado reaching the ground. And you can see now the Millport area likely to be getting a little bit of hail there as this cell gets a bit closer to Millport. Fayette, some rain, and also some rain up around the Vernon area, but nothing severe. Tuscaloosa looking good right now, as well as Samantha. This particular cell is going to track to the north of Tuscaloosa and largely to the north of Tuscaloosa County. Wes?
All right, looks like we've got another tornado warning. This just issued for Fayette and Lamar County. This warning will be in place through 2:15. The National Weather Service was tracking a confirmed tornado near Ethelsville, or about 12 miles northwest of Carrollton. And so right now what we're seeing is the main tornado threat to the north and west of Carrollton. But if we can go over to our weather system source here, I do want to show you our camera view that we got. This is our FOX-6 Sky Vision that's in Carrollton, Alabama. If we could switch over to that source. We're looking at, okay, there we go. There's the Carrollton source, and if you'll notice, the clouds are just streaming from south to north. We've got the tornado warning that's in place for the northern part of Pickens County, but we're watching this area closely. Seems like some additional development may be trying to happen. You can see where we're picking up the circulation right there close to Ethelsville, Macedonia. It's about to cross Highway 82, very close to McShann, and just south of that point we're seeing a little bit of redevelopment, so we're going to have to watch that area closely. We're not totally out of the woods here south of Carrollton and over towards Aliceville. You can see a little bit of an appendage there as the storm seems to be kind of back building further towards the southwest, but right now the area under immediate concern, as as JP talked about, Fernbank, Millport, Kennedy. This is Highway 96, which runs up towards the Belt community. That's just to the